Hey, this is Jesse and Mike with Inspire Motivated Leadership, and this is our Inspire Motivated Sales Weekly Debrief. So, the topic that I want to talk about today is the topic on asking the right questions. I don't know about you, Mike, but I seem to be finding a lot when we're doing coaching with businesses or doing training and having conversations with their employees and their sales leadership is so many people are focused on this feature and benefit and busy telling the customer why this product or service is going to help them, but they really don't understand the value of the right question. Talk to me a little bit about what you've seen with that lately.
Well, one of the things I always get asked is, what's the secret close? And everybody wants to know what the secret close is. Well, there really isn't a secret close. After you've built rapport and everything, they're sitting there in front of you. You want to invoke their imagination. So what I simply ask them is, what brought you in today? What were you hoping to accomplish today? You know, I used to just go straight into the questions right away, and you get a lot of blank stares. And you know, in time, I got kind of frustrated with that. I always got these blank stares. So I got frustrated to the point where I actually asked them, so what did bring you in today? It was amazing. All of a sudden, everything started flowing, and then I could do everything I needed to do. I just simply asked them, what brought you in today? And they have their reason. They're going to bring it out.
Yeah, and as soon as you ask that question, it really turns the focus on off of you and puts it on them. And then it becomes really easy to tee up the next point. So I want to give you some questions that you'll want to write down, because these ones are great for evoking emotion. As we're talking about getting people emotionally involved, you want to ask questions that evoke emotion. So right after that question, what brought you in today? Always follow up with the question, so how is your current situation impacting you? So, for instance, if they were looking for a new car and they were looking to buy a newer one, and you simply ask them what brought them in. Said, I'm looking for a new car. Well, how is your current car situation impacting you? Well, I just had to bring it in last week, and I had to spend $400 on getting some things fixed, and it just seems like I'm putting more money into that situation than I really want to. So that's how it's impacting them. So then the follow-up question is just, well, how does that make you feel? And this is really an important question, because a lot of times this one gets overlooked for several reasons. One is because some people aren't comfortable with trying to evoke emotion. They don't know the importance of it, and ultimately it can make them uncomfortable. But once you allow that customer or client to be able to state how frustrated it really makes them, it puts them in that emotional state. They go back there, and that's where you need them to be in order for them to really make a decision that they want to change. So how does that make you feel? And they're going to tell you. And then the next simple question after that is, well, if you didn't have to worry about that anymore, how would that impact you? And they're going to tell you all the reasons why they want to make a change. They're going to tell you why it's going to be a benefit to them. And then simply say, well, how does that make you feel? And they're going to automatically start linking, their brain's going to start linking the journey from frustrated with current car to you're actually showing them how they're going to feel with a new solution. And you haven't even talked about a new solution yet. You're just linking the emotion back to that.
And now you got to tie it in. You got to get the commitment out of them also. If they're going to make a decision, they have to make this real in their own mind. They have to feel this. So simple as this, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you just want to go on with the car you got now. You want to go on with the scenarios you got right now. Or 10, you definitely want to make a change. You're tired of the scenario you're going on right now, and you like the idea of this brand new, nice smelling car, and that's the place you want to be in. So, in the next 30 days, if you thought that we could change all those scenarios for you in the next 30 days, and we could get you into that nice shiny new car with a nice smell and everybody excited about this new car you've got, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you wouldn't want to do anything, just want to go on with where you are, or 10, you definitely want to make a change, where do you think you're going to be at? What are they going to choose? They want that shiny new thing. It's their emotion coming out, and that's what they want.
So if just going through those 3 points right there, I know, because we do this all the time and we coach people through these with our sales process and everything else like that, that people start seeing their numbers, their performance, their income, everything increase just simply by doing those 3 things. So I think this is probably the heart of why questions are so important, because as soon as you can get their emotions stirred up and you can get them emotionally involved in the process, and they start feeling the feelings that they're going to feel once they got your solution already, they're not going to want to lose that, and that ultimately pushes them to the point where they make the decision they've got to buy.
Is where the frustration for me came from. When I was a 20% closer, and I'd see these people that were closing like crazy, and 50-60% closers, and they didn't seem any smarter than I was, but I couldn't quite get past that. It wasn't until I started doing this and I started seeing my numbers come up, and man, the satisfaction that came to me to know that I was the elite like everybody else, like the other people that I looked up to. Thank you for joining us at Inspired Motivated Sales Weekly Debriefing. We'd like to get your takeaway in the comments down below. Often what we hear is, we'd like to hear more about the questions. So if you go to our link, inspiredmotivatedleadership.com/sales questions, we've got a list of different questions for different scenarios that might be helpful to you. And we look forward to seeing you next week.
Hey, thanks for stopping over at Inspire Motivated Leadership's YouTube channel. If you like what you saw, don't forget to subscribe right here. And if you want to watch another episode, go ahead and click right here, and we'll see you next time.